Which table represents the equation t equals 50s? So t is the dependent variable, and that will be on the second column, and s is the independent variable on the left column. S is the input, and t is the output. So we should start by looking at our input column, and then we can input that into the equation to see if it matches up with the output columns. For example, if we look at the first table, we have an input of 200. So that means that the output in this column should be t equals 50 times s, or 50 times 200. But 50 times 200 is not 4, so it is not going to be table A. Let's look at B. Now we have s equals 4. So this output, if that's the input, this output of 200 would be from 50 times 4. And 50 times 4 is 200, so that works. Let's look at the next row. We have an input of 5. So 50 times 5 would be our output of 250, which is true. Then we have the last row of 6. That would mean this output of 300, we have 50 times 6, which is 300. So it looks like it's going to match with choice B. Let's just take a look at choice C and D just to make sure that they are not going to work. So for example, in C, if we have an input of 200 in the first row, then the output of 150 would come from 50 times 200. But 50 times 200 is not 150, so that is why it is not the table for choice C. And then we have in choice D, we have an input of 1. So the output would be 50 times 1, but that's 50, not 51. I think they added 51, or they added 1 maybe, but they're not multiplying. Same thing here, even for 2, that would be 50 times 2, and that's not 52. So these outputs are not matching the input of 1 and 2 with a rule of 50 times s. The only table that matches that input and output with that rule is the table for choice B, making our answer choice B.